Hey guys, my name is Justin, and in this video today I'm going to show you how to create and send an invoice using PayPal. PayPal invoicing is a great way for you to get paid from your customers, whether you're selling goods or you're providing a service. Now, the awesome thing about sending an invoice with PayPal is your customer doesn't even need to have a PayPal account for you to get paid. When you create an invoice, it'll send them an email with a hyperlink that they can click on and they can pay you via credit card or a debit card. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in, and I'm going to show you exactly how easy this is for you to get paid. From the PayPal dashboard, I want to click on Request. Now, if you don't see the Request tab right here, you can go ahead also and find the invoicing template by coming up to the very top toolbar and clicking on Send and Request. Once that screen loads, I'm going to come down and click over here on the right-hand side, Create an Invoice. Once I've clicked on that tab, you're going to see the template pop up for a new invoice. Now, here's the page that we're going to use to draft our invoice template. The very first thing you're going to notice over here is it says Bill To, and this is where you're going to enter your customer's email address. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and just enter in my personal email address. Once I've typed in my customer's email address, all I have to do is click off on the screen, and it'll automatically upload their email into the form. Once I've done that, I can go ahead and scroll down and I can enter in the items field what I'm billing my customer for. If you're providing your customer with a service like mowing the yard, you can type that in. Or if you're wanting to charge your customer for a hard good, you can go ahead and type that in right in this form as well. If I jump to the next field, you're going to see the quantity, and this is great if I'm wanting to charge my customer for more than one item. I can go ahead and enter in multiple quantities. And then, of course, right here, I can go ahead and enter the price. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to charge my customer $9.99. Right beside that, over in the tax field, you can enter in your sales tax for whatever your state's rate is. So I live in Florida. I'll go ahead and type in Florida for my sales tax. And the sales tax in Florida is 6%. I can go ahead and click Add, and then that'll automatically add tax to my order accordingly. And if I want to, down here below, I can even give my item a description. There we go. Now I've gone ahead and I've described my item. And down here below, if I wanted to add multiple items in this order, maybe I've sold multiple products, I can go ahead and add in another item. And of course, I can repeat the process for quantities and price as well. I could then go ahead and keep on adding things that I want to charge my customer for. And this is really great if you're a business that's selling multiple products. Maybe you have a candle business and you've sold a lot of different candles. You can go down and add many different things to your invoice for whatever customer you're wanting to bill. After I've gone in and I've added all of my charges, I can even write a custom message to my customer. I can say something like, "Thanks for your order." And then down below, you'll see an option where it says More Options. If I click on that, I can even upload images of what I'm billing my customers for. And after I've uploaded an image of my product, I can even write a memo to myself, and that can help customize this invoice. So later down the road, maybe for tax purposes or for other bookkeeping arrangements, I can remember what this invoice pertained to. I might even go ahead and enter in something like today's date. And as you can see down here below, it says customers will not see this. Now, if I scroll back up to the top, in the top right-hand corner, you're going to see an option where you can upload your business information. Maybe you want to add your logo to your invoice or even include your business name. You can go ahead and fill that form out, and you can even save it to where it'll custom populate every time you create a new invoice. And below the box with all of my business branding, I can go ahead and scroll down and give my invoice a custom number. If I wanted to call it invoice number 123, I could. You can give it whatever custom number you want. It really doesn't matter, but if you have a specific bookkeeping system and you want specific invoice numbers, you can use that function to your best ability. And then down below, I have the option to date my invoice. I can even go back if I want to charge my customer for a service I provided at a previous date, or I can even jump into the future and charge my customer for a date that is upcoming and have them pay me in advance. Below the invoice date, you can customize when your invoice is due by. You can make it due upon receipt, or if you click down, you can even push it out all the way up to 90 days. Now below, when your invoice is due, you're going to go ahead and you're going to see a subtotal. You can even go ahead and customize that with discounts. Maybe if you want to offer your customer a 10% discount or a coupon, you can deduct that. You can include shipping if you want to charge shipping costs. Maybe you're selling something online, you can add that in. And whatever you add in, it's going to automatically auto-calculate your total fee that you're charging your customer on the invoice down here below. And finally, down below your total, you're going to see payment options. At the very bottom, you can allow a tip, and that's really nice if you're in like a service-based industry where customers feel inclined to give tips. And above that, you can even allow partial payments. And this is another great thing. Maybe if you're like a photographer and you're shooting a wedding and you want to charge your customers half of the balance up front, and then maybe when you're providing them with your finished product at the end, you can collect the remaining balance. So if I wanted to, I could even charge them half of my payment now. And now we've reached the end of our invoice template. Up here at the top, you have the option of saving it as a draft. If you want to come back and finish it later, you're welcome to do that. Beside that button, you can preview your invoice. If you click on that, when you enter the preview mode, this is the form that your customer is going to see when it comes in their email inbox. It shows all of the details of the invoice, such as the total amount owed, what they're receiving, and all of your customer and business information. If we take a look over here on the right-hand side, you can see the amount that is due. And then down below, you'll see what the buyer has the option of clicking the pay button. And this is where the buyer pays you. When they click on that button, they have the option of using any of the major debit or credit card options to pay you up front. If you want to exit out of the preview mode, you can come back up here and click Edit Invoice. If you forgot to add anything to your invoice, you'll have the option of going back in and fixing it before you go ahead and send your invoice to your customer. But when you're ready to send that invoice, you can come up here and click Send. But before I do, I want to point out that there is a drop-down tool. And here, if you click on it, you have the option to share a link to the invoice. If you don't want to send it via email, you can go ahead and click on that link button. Say, for example, maybe you want to send the invoice through a text message, or you can even save it as a template. For example, if this is an invoice that you might be sending to multiple customers, you can save it here, so you don't have to go back in and go through all of the motions and all of the work that we did leading up to this point. Now, when I'm all finished, I'm going to go ahead and click Send, and that will ship my invoice off to my customer. Now, after I've sent my invoice, the record of the invoice that I just sent will show up in the Invoicing tab under my PayPal account. Down here below, you can see a record of all of the previous invoices that you've sent to customers, as well as if they've paid or not. Obviously right here, these are customers that have purchased things from me in the past, and it shows if they paid or if I'm still waiting on payment, like I have with the invoice that I just sent. And there you have it. That's all there is to create an invoice using PayPal. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and it'll help my channel and also the video here on YouTube. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, please consider subscribing. I love making YouTube videos, and more importantly, I love helping people. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down below, and I'll do my best to try to get back to you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!